The knock on the bedroom door was sharp and final, like a judge's gavel. When I opened it, Ava stood there, eyes swollen, jaw tight, her fingers trembling as she held a stack of printed papers. "Do you want to explain this?" she said, voice shaking. "Or should I start guessing?" For a second, my mind couldn't even process what I was looking at. Hotel receipts. Dozens of them. Name. Same credit card number. The top one was for the Silver Haven Hotel, the kind of place I'd never step foot in. A date glared at me from the page. June 14th. Our anniversary. I blinked hard, trying to make sense of it. "Ava, I don't know what." "Don't." Her voice cracked. "Don't insult me with that." She threw the papers at me, and they fluttered down like ashes. "Your sister showed you these?" I asked quietly. She hesitated. That tiny pause told me everything. "Melissa said she found them in her friend's system," Ava said. "She works at the hotel." Melissa. Her older sister. The one who had hated me since the day Ava brought me home. She'd once told Ava I looked like the kind of man who'd run when things got hard. Maybe she'd been waiting years to prove it. But Ava's face, that was what gutted me. The way she looked at me like I'd already confessed. Like I was a stranger. "I didn't do this," I said, trying to steady my breath. "Someone's setting me up." "Who would do that, Sam?" she snapped. "Why would anyone go that far?" I opened my mouth, but the words caught. Because even I didn't want to believe her sister was capable of that. The next few days blurred into a fog of silence and slammed doors. Ava slept in the guest room. She barely looked at me. Every time I tried to speak, she shut down. I showed her bank statements, credit card reports, even called customer service in front of her. But the receipts were too real. The clerk confirmed the charges, said they were paid in full, no disputes. My stomach twisted. Someone had cloned my card. Or worse, someone inside the hotel system had faked everything. When I told Ava that, she just whispered, "You'll say anything to cover your guilt," and walked away. By the time the divorce papers came, I'd already moved into my brother's spare room. I didn't fight it. Couldn't. Watching her sign those documents felt like watching her walk out of a burning building. She didn't look back, just wanted to escape. I kept telling myself it was Melissa. I replayed every interaction, every cold stare, every subtle jab. She'd always been jealous. Of Ava's marriage, our house, our quiet happiness. Still, proof mattered. And I had none. Months passed. I worked. Ate little. Slept less. Every night I stared at my phone, hoping for a text that never came. Ava had blocked me. Then, one evening in November, I got a message. From an unknown number. "You were right about Melissa. Check your email." There was no name. Just that. My pulse pounded as I opened my laptop. Inside was a folder of photos. Screenshots of messages between Melissa and a man named Dean. They were discussing forging booking entries under my name. She'd even written, "Once Ava sees those receipts, he's done. She'll come running back to me." Froze. Back to her. Click. Melissa wasn't just trying to ruin me. She wanted Ava for herself. To have her back in the house, single, dependent, and broken. I wanted to drive to Ava that instant. But something in me hesitated. If I showed up now, desperate and furious, it would just look like another lie. So I printed everything. Waited. 3 days later, fate intervened. Ava called me. Her voice was small, fragile, like she was already halfway through a nightmare. "Sam," she said, "can you come over? Please." I drove there faster than I should have. When she opened the door, her face told the story before her lips did. Eyes red, tears streaked, hands shaking. "I know now," she said. "About Melissa. About everything." My heart clenched. "She came over this morning," Ava continued, voice cracking. "She was ranting about how I ruined our family. Then she slipped. She said something about paying her friend at the hotel. She looked up at me, eyes hollow. I confronted her. She didn't deny it. For a long moment we just stood there. Years of love, months of pain, all suspended in that silence. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. I wanted to say it's okay, but it wasn't. Something inside me had cracked the day she believed I could do that to her. "I would have believed anything you said," I told her quietly. "All I needed was for you to believe me once." She broke down then, sobbing into her hands, words spilling between breaths. "I was scared, Sam. I thought I saw the proof. I thought if I stayed I'd look weak." I nodded slowly. "You don't have to explain. Just don't let her near you again." I handed her the printed screenshots. "Here. Proof. So she can't twist the story again." Ava reached for my hand, but I stepped back. That night I walked away for good. Love doesn't survive without trust, and ours had been gutted from the inside. Still, I couldn't stop loving her. That's the cruel part. Betrayal doesn't erase affection. It just poisons it slowly until even memories start to ache. A few months later I got another message from that same unknown number. "You're welcome. I only sent the files because she tried to do the same to me." No name again. Just the truth. Melissa had used someone else, another man, as part of her scheme. I stared at the message for a long time, realizing how deep her manipulations went. How many lives she'd quietly damaged, hiding behind family ties. I thought about forwarding it to Ava, but didn't. She'd already seen enough. Sometimes I drive past our old house. The lights are off now, the garden overgrown. I imagine what we could have been. Two people who trusted each other against the world. But all it took was one forged receipt to tear it apart. And maybe that's the scariest thing about betrayal. It doesn't always come from the one you love. Sometimes it comes wrapped in family blood, carrying a smile, whispering lies that sound like care. I still have those fake receipts. Keep them in a drawer. A reminder that even the most convincing evidence can be a lie. And the truest thing in the world can vanish the moment someone decides you're guilty.